Bill Gates and Russia? Prince Andrew? And President Trump?
Today we are producing more than 3 million pages, including more than 2,000 videos and 180,000 images. In total, that means that the department produced approximately 3.5 million pages in compliance with the Act.
So this was a big dump today. A lot of it is redacted. I've been scouring, devouring, and I really think I've located the most, I think, interesting, to say the least. I'm going to try to define this and communicate this in sort of family-friendly terms, just so, you know, this video doesn't get taken down. So if you hear words or language that seems to have been bleeped out or what have you, this is why, because I have to give you a fair warning. A lot of this stuff is graphic in nature. So if you're ready, here we go. Jeffrey Epstein claimed in July of 2013 that Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates, one of the world's richest men, asked one of his advisors to provide him with medicine to treat transmitted diseases, the consequences of with Russian girls. Epstein appeared to be making the claims in a draft statement on behalf of Gates's longtime science advisor, Boris Nikolic, announcing his intent to leave the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. As you can see in this email, Epstein says, "I've decided to resign my position effective immediately with the Bill Gates Foundation. I've not come to this decision quickly or without great deal of thought. During the past few weeks, I've been caught up in a severe marital dispute between Melinda and Bill. I have the greatest respect for my friend of 7 years and wish them both well. In my role as his right hand, I had been asked on multiple occasions and in hindsight wrongly acquiesced into participating in things that have ranged from morally inappropriate to the ethically unsound, and had been repeatedly asked to do other things that get near and potentially over the line into the illegal. Though it was kindly suggested that I make a transition to a new position after my 6 years of service, and that Bill would, in his words, give me a generous package," here's where it gets really interesting, the highlighted portion, "I feel it would be dishonest to myself and my future from helping Bill to get DRUGS in order to deal with consequences of with Russian girls, to facilitating his illicit trysts with married women, to being asked to provide Adderall for bridge tournaments. I feel I owe it to my friends and future colleagues to admit a moral failure, to ask forgiveness, and to move on with my life." If you look at the top of the screen, this is to himself. He's writing this email to himself Thursday, July 18th, 2013 at 12:39 p.m. local time. I don't know if he was in Miami at that time or what have you. In a separate draft email, Epstein, as Nikolic, accused the billionaire of engineering a cover-up so that you can maintain the reputation that you have worked up. Check this out. This is probably the most damning, if anything, and I'm going to kind of just skip through a little bit. He seems very, somebody who is scorned, somebody who is disgruntled, somebody who's very upset at Bill. And I'm just going to kind of fast forward. "I confessed to Melinda, you didn't. It was in a moment of weakness, and I will do anything with my power to make it right for you. I have more money than anyone needs, and I assure you I will structure something so that you will not be penalized for my error. Lucky for me, I have enough money to provide to you, though it will not heal the injury. It will make you secure in your future. In addition, I will bend over backwards to make sure your next career is rewarding and on an upswing. I appreciate the fact that this drastically alters your plans, and I'm very aware of the career path you gave up to join the foundation. I'm very sorry, but as I believe time heals all wounds, this will eventually pass. Is that in that regard, I suggest I buy you the house that you had your heart set on, and in addition, for 5 years of severance, we'll buy you out of the investment contract, 40% of a $100 million partnership for $30 million in today's dollars. Terms and conditions to be agreed." That's what I would have done had I been in your shoes. What I did receive, however, was an unfriendly, strongly worded email telling me how employable I am and that I should not look to you for any significant financial help in the future. And this is where he gets really, really upset. To add insult to injury, you then implore me to please delete emails regarding your STD. Your request that I provide you antibiotics that you can surreptitiously give to Melinda and the description of your, you also made it clear, that's PENIS. You also made it clear to me that I'm not to refer to, and this is redacted, as that is another topic that must remain between the two of us. In return for all these requests, which I would have done without a second thought, I am not to attend meetings with Melinda. I should continue to provide you with the same level of service and dedication that I've done so diligently until you are ready to discard me and our friendship. Wow. So the magnitude of this is insane. This is the guy who tried. This is one of the richest men in the history of the world who tried so hard to prevent these files to come out. Doesn't this explain everything? This is the guy who architected this without any experience, without any background in medical research. He architected the C-19 push for the jab. And this right here is starting to make, after reading all that, a lot more sense.
You know, it was also widely reported that Bill had a friendship or business or some kind of contact with Jeffrey Epstein, and that you were not, that was very upsetting to you. Did that play a role in the divorce at all in this process?
Yeah, as I said, it's not one thing, it was many things. But I did not like that he'd had meetings with Jeffrey Epstein, no.
And you made that clear to him?
I made that clear to him. I also met Jeffrey Epstein exactly one time.
Did you?
Yes, because I wanted to see who this man was. And I regretted it from the second I stepped in the door. He was abhorrent. He was evil personified. I had nightmares about it afterwards. So, you know, my heart breaks for these young women because that's how I felt. And here I'm an older woman. My God, I feel terrible for those young women. It's awful.
You felt that the moment you walked in? I didn't realize
He was awful.
that. Yeah. And you shared that with Bill, and he still continued to spend time with him?
Any of the questions remaining about what Bill's relationship there was, those are for Bill to answer.
Okay.
But I made it very clear how I felt about him.
Wow, that pretty much explains everything, doesn't it? Holy macadamia nut. What a disgusting wretch you are, Bill. Steve Jobs, you win. Now, there's other things that came out about Woody Allen and Noam Chomsky. Epstein was providing them with genetic DNA tests or something like that. But this one really pisses me off, and it has to do with our president, President Trump. Check this out. Okay, really quickly, I have to share with you our new sponsor on the channel, Chapter. Medicare is super confusing. Millions of seniors are on the wrong Medicare plan, and most don't even know it. The call with Chapter is absolutely free, and there's no pressure to sign up. Even if you're already on the right plan, this is so amazing. Chapter will tell you, and if not, they'll help you switch. Chapter is like the only national Medicare advisor that compares every plan, so you can be sure that you're seeing all your options. It's completely independent, unbiased, and always advocates for you, not the insurance companies. And they can review everything in under 20 minutes. Chapter will help you stay in network with your preferred doctors and get all the benefits that you're entitled to. On average, seniors who work with Chapter have saved over $1,100 a year. Take a look at this testimonial from one of our very own, Teresa, who says just got off the phone with Chapter, was able to save over $1,000 a year by calling them. Thanks, Professor Ned. I don't have a lot of sponsors on this channel. I'm very selective, very picky. I vet them, I research them, I do my due diligence because I only want to partner with people that I know bring value and that will help you. And that's why I've partnered with Chapter. You can see the number on your screen right now. I'm also going to leave a link, and I'll have the number down in the description and in the pinned comment. I want you to call 656-218-0931, or you can go to askchapter.org/Nez. Again, that number is 656-218-0931. Call Chapter right now and start saving. So Fake Tapper, who's the king of fake news, posted this today after the release of this new Epstein batch, saying the DOJ has since killed this link, which is not true. I checked the link, and this is what was there. Now, I'm not going to focus in on any of this, but what essentially he was posting here are links to summation complaint summaries from people who were claiming that President Trump was involved with minors and did some untoward things with minor children. And this is being spread all over the internet. It's being spread all over the woke media apparatus, of course, because they hate Trump and they hate America. But none of it is credible. Look at the fine print. Always read the fine print, kids. This is why your boy Nez is here. Here is the fine print. Complainant was spoken to and deemed not credible. Additional research showed 3 separate incidents involving police, which requested in mandatory psychiatric evaluations. Do you think they're going to provide that context? Of course not. Do you think they're going to tell the truth about what was really in the files? Of course not. Do you think they're going to give the benefit of the doubt to the United States of America president, the president of the United States of America? Of course not. But this is the truth. You can verify it all. You know your boy Nez always does his due diligence, qualitative and quantitative research. I always bring you the facts. President Trump had nothing to do with this guy. In all intents and purposes, every single report has a very, very mad Epstein, that he was kicked out of Mar-a-Lago, that Trump saw this guy for who he was. He was never on the island, where Bill Clinton was on the island over 26 times. That's verified. And when U.S. Attorney Todd Blanche talked to Ghislaine Maxwell in the interview, Ghislaine Maxwell confirmed Trump was nowhere near the island. He never came to any of the parties. He never visited. He was never involved. And I think just instinctually, I mean, it makes 0% logistical sense why he would do this, why he would go there, why he would associate with this individual. And the fact that he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago over 20 years ago says it all. But when I say instinctual, just the feeling I get knowing who President Trump is, knowing that he's risked literally his life twice, maybe 3 times to help this country, just who he is as a character deep inside. If you remove the absolute abominable lies and slander that have been spread about him by this fake media, we all know who he is. You've been with me on those live streams of the rallies. He doesn't associate with these kind of animals, not by a long shot. So I thought this was worth sharing as well. And by the way, there's a lot. If you guys want me to do a follow-up video, I can. This is the stuff that I feel is the most pertinent to share at this moment in time. There may be more, but let me know in the comments. You're like, Nez, I want more. I want more. I want to find out more about what's going on here. I will happily do the research and share it with you. You don't need to go anywhere else. This is your one-stop shop. But Prince Andrew, in the Epstein files, after that, basically getting excommunicated from the royal family and that heinous interview years ago, where he essentially just lied on camera, when the whole purpose of that interview was to clear his name, it did the exact opposite. Prince Andrew was invited. Invited Epstein to a private dinner at the palace. This is a 2010 email, which shows Prince Andrew offering to host Epstein at Buckingham Palace, saying there would be, quote, a lot of privacy, end quote. Epstein replied that he was already in London and good to go. The message refers to Andrew as the Duke and sets up a low-key dinner inside the royal residence. So one of the main things I want to get across is the more that the Democrats cry, release the Epstein, it makes them and everybody who's associated with them look bad and makes Trump look all the more better, which is why Trump said many, many months ago, I told Pam Bondi, release everything. I got nothing to hide. Release it. If it's legal, release it, which he did. And he said that many, many times. And here we go. And it just proves time and time again, if you hapless, hack, low IQ, unqualified Hippocrats would just stop fighting our president, who was duly elected, and start fighting for the country, we'd all be better off. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Tap that thumbs up if you love America. Our mission here is to make common sense go viral, saving this nation. Literally, you can help by watching, sharing, and tapping that thumbs up. It's all free. Just do it right now. Tap it. Even if you're watching on your TV, tap the thumbs up. I posted this amazing video today. Go click on that right now. Watch that next. Tap my face right here to subscribe and follow. It's absolutely free. And as always, may God bless you and may God bless the USA and all who defend her. I'll see you soon.